Oh, hi there! I'm Daryl J. De La Reina Vingua from Bachelor of Secondary, Major in Filipino, second year. Today, we are going to discuss the subject Living in the IT Era. Chapter 1 Introduction to the Information and Communications Technology. So, the first thing that we are going to know is what is the difference between information and communications technology and information technology. ICT stands for Information and Communications Technology. It provides access to information through telecommunications. While IT While IT or information technology primarily focuses on communication technologies such as number one, the internet, number two, wireless connections or wireless networks, and number three, cell phones. Information technology was related to computing technology. At narito, meron siyang apat na nilalaman, which is the networking, the software, and yung kabaliktaran niya, which is the hardware, and last, but not the least, the internet. And ang tawag sa mga nag-aasikaso dun sa mga internet ay ang mga peopleware. Oh, yung apat na 'yon, yung umaasikaso sa basta 'yon. Sabi ng prof namin, we are living now in the information technology, which is totoo naman kasi halos lahat na siguro ng kabataan ngayon ay meron ng cellphones na ginagamit nila sa kanilang pag-aaral. Now, tatalakayin natin ang evolution of ICT. Kung ang tao may tinatawag silang human evolution, meron rin naman yan sa technology natin. At meron siyang 4 stages as of now. Number 1 nga ay ang pre-mechanical. Pre-mechanical. Ang keyword natin doon ay ang pre, which is the preparatory. In which, masasabi natin na ito yung unang technology. At kung merong pre-mechanical, meron rin naman tayong tinatawag na mechanical. At yun ang pangalawang stage. At ayon, so hulaan nyo kung ano yung pangatlong stage. Ayun, si mechanical na in love, na kuryente. Roar! Naging siyang electromechanical. That was the third stage. At ang pinakahuling stage ay ang electronic. Electronic. So yan, talakay na natin ang pre-mechanical. Ang pre-mechanical ay meron na noong 3000 BC at noong 1450 AD. And it was the earliest known form of ICT. Humans, like us, first started communicating o makipag-usap. And there are a number of ways kung paano sila mag-usap o magkaroon ng communication. Number 1, use of language. Tama nga naman. Kung gusto mong kumausap, makipag-usap ka. Number 2, simple symbols. Parang ganito. Ayan, heart. Yung mga simbolo na ginagawa natin ay maaari ring gawing paraan upang makipagkomunikasyon. And last, but not the least is picture. Meron ng picture known. Basta yun. May tinatawag tayo na petroglyph. Ito ang kanyang spelling. Ang petroglyph ay isang uri ng picture in which nandun siya sa rock na nagagawa through carving. At dito sa pre-mechanical ay nandito na yung first numbering systems. At nangyari yon noong 100 AD. And may tinatawag tayong 1, 2, 9 system na pinauso ng India. O di ko alam, di ako sure pero I think sila yung unang nakatagpo or yon. Then, after 775 AD, yon, zero was invented. Oh, gulat ka, no? Mas nauna pa yung 1 to 9 kaysa yung 0. And then, calculator was made. It was considered the first information processor. M lang, walang first. Basta information processor siya. Yun. At ang pupilar model ng pre-mechanical ay ang tinatawag na abacus. Dumako naman tayo sa mechanical. Ito ay nangyari noong 1450 year and 1840 year. It was then that technology first start to see connections. Basta yan. Connections to current technology which is now and from ancestors technology. And then, nakatuklas tayo ng slide rule. It is a technology or an analog computer that is used for multiplying and dividing. So, di ko sure kung meron siyang addition or subtraction. Pero yun nga yung chika. And then, sa mechanical, meron din tayong tinatawag na Pascaline. Ano yung Pascaline? Pascaline is a very popular mechanical computer. At sinong nagpangalan doon? It is no other than Blaise Pascal. At yun na nga, pumunta naman tayo sa electromechanical. The year of it was from 1840 to 1940. So, it was a century apart. Basta yun, para matandaan. And it was the beginning of telecommunication. And ang isa sa mga technology noon ay ang telegraph na ginawa noong early 1800. So, I assume 1840 yun, yung time na yun. So yun, may tinatawag rin tayo na Morse code. It was a code for geniuses. Kaya di ko yun alam. Okay. It was made by Samuel Morse in 1835. So, oh my God. So, oh my God again. It was 5 years before the electromechanical age. Kasi 1835 nga, di ba? 1840 raw nag-start. So, yun lang ang pinagbabasehan ko. And then, there was the telephone. It was one of the most popular forms of communication. And it was made by Alexander Graham Bell in 1876 naman. And another technology was the first radio. Yeah. It was invented by Guglielmo Marconi in 1894. Yan. Biglang nag-emerging technologies. And one of the emerging technologies noon ay ang first large scale automatic digital computer, which in United States or US. And meron pang another technology which is the Mark 1. Um, it was discovered in Harvard University or basta yon. Basta sa Harvard University siya in 1940 naman siya. Or the end of the electromechanical age. Tapos gusto niyo bang malaman kung paano yung pagkakagawa niya? It was 8 feet high, 50 feet long, and 2 feet wide. And it was 5 tons. And pinoprogram siya using punch card. Punch cards. Yan, hindi tuloy nabanggit. Nabanggit ng tama. Yan, dumiretso na tayo sa new era computer, which is the 5th generation. So, meron nga tayong supercomputers at meron din tayong mainframe computers at meron din naman tayong mini computers. And kung tama yung pagkakaalala ko, ang sabi ng prof namin, ang mini computers ay yung mga tablet. And then, there's personal computers, yung hinuhulugan natin sa kapag pumupunta tayo sa computer shop. And then, meron ding and then, meron din tayong tinatawag na wearable computers. And if you're familiar with the watch na pwede ka nang mag-YouTube and hindi lang orasan yung makikita mo doon, pwede ka na rin mag-Facebook. Yeah, that's a type of technology that is a wearable computer. At yun, pag-aralan naman natin ngayon yung mga bagay-bagay. So, ang internet o yung computer ay aid sa ating education or nakakatulong siya. It betters the performance of overall education. And kung naalala nyo, nagkaroon ng pandemic in which nagkaroon ng distance learning kasi hindi naman tayo pwedeng makipag-usap-usap dahil baka mahawaan tayo ng virus nung panahon na yon. Through computer, naging effective and powerful ang way natin ng pakikipag-communication and through learning. And we use the internet and video classes ng mga panahon na yon. May tinatawag tayong e-commerce, which is the buying and selling through online. So, if you're familiar with TikTok, that was that. And yung mga Lazada, yung mga Shein, basta yun. And in internet, ang tawag sa buyer ay ang purchaser, while ang tawag sa seller ay yung merchant. Not only that, computers became our pastime as a Gen Z. Computers are our primary entertainers. Ikaw na lang yung gawing example. O di ba nagbababad ka rin ng TikTok or Facebook or YouTube? I guess that was the part of the lives of Gen Z like me. And sabi dito, ang computer daw ang number 1 pastime machine nating mga tao. Not only that, nauso na rin yung deep learning in which it was the facial recognition. So, pwede nang palitan yung mukha mo as of now. Itapal yung mukha ng ibang tao sa mukha mo kapag bine-video ka. Dumako naman tayo sa 5G technology. Ang mga nilalaman nito ay number 1, speed, which is the sender. Number 2, capacity. And number 3, latency, or yung mga information. And number 4, of course, the overall capability. May tinatawag rin naman tayong quantum computing, which is the Revolution paradigm. Ayan. So, meron din tayong branch of technology that deals with design, construction, operation, and use of tools. So, hulaan nyo nga kung ano yung branch of technology na yon. I'll give you 5 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So, ang tamang sagot ay ang robotics. Then, pag-usapan naman natin ang AR at ang VR. Ang AR ay ang augmented reality, which it overlay image, video, and 3D model. Sabi ng prof ko, ang best example raw dito ay yung Pokemon Go. And then, there's virtual reality, which is a computer-generated environment. Ito yung mga nauuso na ngayon na damang-dama mo talaga na nandoon ka sa loob ng virtual reality. So, ang pinagkaiba ng AR at VR ay ito. AR is somehow real and pwede mo siya magamit in your daily life. Katulad ng Pokemon Go, pwede mong laruin siya kung gusto mo na araw-arawin mo na. And it was safer than virtual reality. While VR is, you can't. It's not daily life. Hindi mo siya pwedeng magawa sa kahit anong places. Unlike yung AR, pwede, as long as meron kang phone, ganun. Then let's go further in biotechnology. Bio means life and technology. So in obvious definition, biotech or biotechnology is the technology for life, in which pinapag-aralan dito yung mga microorganisms, ganyan-ganyan, yung mga sinasalpak na injection, iniimbento-imbento nila, at yon. At alam nyo ba, yung mga natural na mga seeds natin, through biotechnology, kaya nilang palakihin yung mga maliliit na mga bunga. Ganon. And there's remote work and collaboration tools. So yun nga, dito sa remote work and collaboration tools, dito rin pumapasok yung mga Word, Excel, PowerPoint, Canva, basta ganon. At dyan na natatapos ang ating pagtalakay sa ating chapter 1, and I will end it with a Bible verse. Jeremiah 29:11 says, "For I know the thoughts that I think toward you, said the Lord, thoughts of peace and not of evil, to give you an expected end." So that's all for today. I am Darrell J. De La Reina Vingua. Bye.